Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about the second of three NFL Wildcard games here today. And next one I'm here to talk about is the San Francisco 49ers beating the Philadelphia Eagles 23-13. Reaction. Always to me, it was probably the, I guess, worst of the four playoff games so far, but even then it still came down to a thrilling ending. I believe multiple lead changes in the fourth quarter. I think there was, 2 or 3 lead changes in the fourth quarter, but San Francisco outscores Philadelphia 13-3 in the fourth quarter. They got a huge touchdown there at the end. Third and goal, McCaffrey. If they didn't get that touchdown third and goal, they were going to lose because the Eagles got down to field goal range. They would have lost. So, thankfully they got that touchdown third and goal, but San Francisco's moving on to the divisional round. They'll be playing Seattle. I believe the Rams are playing the Bears. Just want to mention that right quick. But the Eagles, man, finally, their season's over. I feel like they've been fraudulent all year. They finally are done. I have to watch this team play football. Their offense is absolutely terrible. The NFC West, 3 of the 4 teams made the divisional round. That's crazy. But I want to talk about the Eagles to start off here. Actually, no, we'll talk about the 49ers now. Get to the Eagles part. What a resilient team, man. All these injuries this year. Defensively. George Kittle, unfortunately, tears his Achilles. That could be a career ender, man. I hope not. But, man, that sucks. George Kittle's a really good guy. Really good tight end. It's just, that just heartbreaking. The injury bug hits again for the San Fran 49ers. But in the defensive injuries, and you lose Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, and they still are able to make the divisional round. I mean, it's unreal what Robert Saleh is doing with this defense. He's doing whatever he can. Because he has backup players out there, players that not many people will know, and he's doing the best he can with them. But the Eagles' offense hasn't really been good. But he held the Seattle to 13 points, the Eagles to 19 points. It's like the Eagles, it's just the thing is they always start these games good, but then they just don't do shit the rest of the game. Like, they got 2 field goals. That's it. They would have had a chance to tie the game there at the end if their kicker, Jake Elliott, didn't miss the extra point. They would have been able to try and tie the game there late in the fourth quarter. Instead, no, they had to go for it and they didn't get it because Jalen Hurts just tried to force it twice in a row and wasn't even close. But in the end, the Eagles were just a defending champion with a good defense, an unreliable kicker, a limited quarterback, and an offensive coordinator who really knows how to call hitches and go balls, and only got the job because he was the next guy up in the building. Jalen Hurts averaged just 160 passing yards over the final 4 games, although he was hardly blameless. He received little help from his weapons. And A.J. Brown, I want the football. Give me that. Throw me the football. You dropped 3 passes today, A.J. Brown. Go complain. You'll go complain some more. But they need to shake up offensively. They need to change some things up offensively. But for the 49ers, they move on. Christian McCaffrey, I believe, had 2 receiving touchdowns. Purdy, he was up and down. Like, he had some good moments, but then he had 2 interceptions. Up and down game from Purdy, but he threw the game-winning touchdown, basically, to McCaffrey. But for the Eagles, at one point, their last 4 drives were 1 yard punt, 7 yards punt, negative 4 yards punt, 23 total yards, and a field goal. I don't know. I don't know what Kevin Patullo is trying to dial up offensively. It's either his offense is literally hitches and go balls and try and scheme Dallas Goedert open. He's like a Dallas Goedert merchant, basically. And I was thinking this, if the Eagles lost this game, they have no one to blame but Nick Sirianni for appointing a terrible offensive coordinator because he's a pal man, and then not re-signing the play calling when it was clear that the offensive coordinator was horrible. We know that a few weeks into the season. You wasted pretty much a really damn good defense because you wanted to let your buddy call plays. You want to be buddy. Hurts threw some bad passes. I'm not just fully blaming on the coordinator. Hurts threw some bad passes. Last two, I don't know what he was looking at. He just tried to force it in there when there's like 3 or 4 guys around there. A.J. Brown had a crucial 3rd and 11 drop. He had 2 other drops. But I'm just talking about throughout the season. I mean, yes, got to give the 49ers credit this game, but you got to give them their credit. I mean, they only scored 19 points. The 49ers were literally playing feels like with 4th string players. And they're so undermanned in their coaching staff. But it's been a season-long issue for the Eagles. Like, without the defense and quite a bit of luck, they'd be trash. If you're an Eagles fan, this has to be deflating to watch every single Sunday. Or in this case, a Saturday. Or, Sunday, every Sunday throughout the week. I mean, give the 49ers credit to an undermanned 49ers team and staff. But it's been a season-long issue with the Eagles. Like, I've recapped a lot of Eagles games throughout this season. It's been the same issues. Like, they're not able to run the ball consistently. Like, yeah, they'll have moments where they're running the football good. But then most of the time, they're not really getting much. Like, they'll get a few yards here or there. They'll have the occasional big run. And then the offensive coordinator's calling terrible plays. A.J. Brown's been dropping the football a lot. Your defense can't bail you out every week. Nick Sirianni's teams are completely and totally dependent on the coordinators. Dude brings absolutely nothing as a head coach. And if A.J. Brown wants to complain about not getting the football and then drop every single pass that comes his way, maybe he should get the fuck out too. I'm sorry. And then, come on, I think it's 4th and 11. They call a timeout after turning it over on downs. If you have 3 timeouts, you can force a punt. If you have only 2, the game's over. But to be fair, they can barely get a first down. It's pretty unlikely they're going to go down the field. But you call a timeout to draw up a one-read throw to Dallas Goedert in a sea of 49ers coverage. But it's because they ain't lined up fast enough because the guy relaying plays has no idea what he's doing. They ain't lined up till a few seconds. They had to call a timeout. You have time, and you draw that up. They have to, man. He has to be out. I can't imagine Lurie is happy with this, man. Like, after watching the malpractice for most of the season, how many owners are seriously lining up to hire Nick Sirianni in this coaching staff if he did get fired? Can't be too hot of a commodity. But last year's win gave him a longer leash. Patullo should get fired right after the game. And I know he won a Super Bowl last year. But the only reason his teams have been good is because he's had good coordinators. He didn't do shit. The roster, Kellen Moore, Vic Fangio won a Super Bowl. Sirianni is proving to be incompetent without good coordinators. You saw it this year. I don't care if he won a Super Bowl 11 months ago. He's not a good coach. You simply can't win 4 games without coordinator and play calling. If they had won, he probably wouldn't get fired. Maybe he will now, but I don't care if he went to the Super Bowl. The only reason he went to the Super Bowl and won it is because he's had good coordinators. Simple as that. You see, when he doesn't have competent coordinators, his offense sucks. It's awful. But yeah, this was probably the, I guess, quote, worst of the 4 games. But even then, it was still a good game there at the end. The 49ers were able to get it done. They outscored Philadelphia 13-3 in the 4th quarter. Like I said, Brock Purdy was up and down in this one. Had some bad interceptions, but he had 1 touchdown to Marcus Robinson, who had a big game. And 2 to McCaffrey. Kyle Kuchek actually had 4 catches. And Juwan Jennings, how about this game from Jennings, man? He had a 29-yard passing touchdown. I don't know what the hell Reed Blankenship was doing there. He hasn't really been too great this year compared to the past few seasons. I don't know what the hell he was doing. Like, I guess he thought Juwan Jennings was going to run, but then Christian McCaffrey just went right on by him. That was an easy touchdown. Hell of a throw by Juwan Jennings. And he also had 1 catch for 45 yards. So great game from Juwan Jennings in the 2 plays he had. But yeah, let's go over the stat sheet here. Just a resilient 49ers team. But the Eagles, thank God they're out, so we don't have to watch this shitty-ass offense. I mean, their defense is fun to watch, but their offense is absolutely god-awful. But for the 49ers, they move on. They scored 23 points. They improved to 13-5. The Eagles in their season at 11-7 scored 19 points. San Francisco 7 in the first quarter, 3 in the second quarter, 0 in the third quarter, 13 in the fourth quarter. Philadelphia 6 in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter, 6-7, 3 in the third quarter, and 3 in the fourth quarter. He outscored 13-6 in the second half. Purdy 18-31, 262, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Juwan Jennings 1 for 1, 29 yards and a touchdown. Running, McCaffrey 15 for 48, Purdy 9 for 24. Demarcus Robinson, 6 catches, 111 yards, 1 touchdown, 7 targets. He had a big game to Demarcus Robinson. He started the game with like a 61-yard reception and a touchdown. McCaffrey, 6 catches, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Koscheck, 4 catches, 49 yards. Juwan Jennings, 1 catch, 45 yards. Jake Tongas, 1 catch, 14 yards. Kittle, 1 catch, 6 yards. They had 2 fumbles. Defensively, they had 1 sack, 7 TFLs. Eddie Pinheiro, 1 for 1 on field goals, 2 for 3 on extra points for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts was 20 of 35, 168, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Saquon Barkley, 26 runs, 160 yards, 4 carry. But even he had some good runs, but most of them, just the Eagles' offense just so dysfunctional this year. Devontae Smith, 8 catches, 70 yards. Dallas Goedert, 4 catches, 33 yards, and a touchdown. Also had a rushing touchdown, 2 total for him. Saquon, 3 catches, 25 yards. A.J. Brown, 3 catches, 25 yards, and 7 targets. I believe he had like 3 drops. Darius Cooper, 1 catch, 9 yards. Will Shipley, 1 catch for 60 yards. Defensively, they had 1 sack, 3 TFLs. Quinyon Mitchell had 2 interceptions in this game. Jake Elliott, 2 for 2 field goals, but the key missed extra point. Like, both kickers missed extra points, could come back and haunt them. Like, if the Eagles had went down and scored a touchdown, San Francisco could have only went down and kicked a field goal to tie it. But if Philly had made that extra point, then it's 23-20 late in the fourth quarter. You kick a field goal, but missed that one. Yeah, let's go over the team stats here. The 49ers had 20 first down, 6-11 on third down. They were more efficient on third down. They didn't have to go for it on fourth down. 58 total plays, 361 total yards, 6.2 yards a play, 8 yards a pass, 75 rush yards, 25 attempts, 3 yards per rush. 2 of 3 in the red zone, 1 penalty for 15 yards, 2 turnovers and 2 interceptions, 24 minutes time possession for Philly. 19 first downs, 5 of 16 on third down, just was not as efficient on third down. 3 of 5 on fourth down, 72 total plays, 307 yards, only 4.3 per play, 4 yards a pass, 140 rushing yards and 36 attempts, only 3.9 per carry. They were also 2 for 3 in the red zone, but penalties hurt them as well, 7 penalties for 48 yards, no turnovers, 35 minutes time of possession. But yeah, just to end it off, giving the 49ers more of their props they deserve. I mean, Robert Saleh has done a really good job. Defense coordinator, just crazy coaching job. Defending chance with these injuries. Bosa, Warner, Purdy, Pearsall, Kittle, now Kittle. Michael Williams have missed 6+ games. No Bosa, Warner, Kittle, Pearsall today. Your top 3 linebackers, and you're still able to go out and win, man. Such a tough-minded team, even with all the injuries they faced. I know the Eagles have really struggled this year offensively, but still, dude. Good job by the 49ers. They're moving on. But 23-19 is your final score. That's all to say. Leave a like on the for more. Peace.